If you can relate to what I'm about to share, please keep watching till the end. You're empathic, you're sensitive. You can feel people's emotions in your body. You can feel people's thoughts moving through your head. Maybe even when you go touch somebody, you get a dose of whatever they're feeling, whether it's like, I feel super healthy or I feel like I'm about to die. In other words, you're incredibly receptive to the non-physical energy of people around you. If that's you, keep watching. When I was younger, I didn't have any idea what to do with any of this. It was just super overwhelming and really, really uncomfortable. And it wasn't until I started to understand subtle bodies and auras that I actually started to get a handle on some of this stuff. The thing that absolutely changed my life was human design. Now, this is my body graph. You have one of these, and you can go to my website right now, reikimarco.com, and generate this totally for free. There are 3 centers of awareness that fully explain why I was feeling people's bodily sensations, thoughts, and emotions in my own body. So anytime you have a white center in human design and they're not connected to any other centers, they're called undefined centers. They're like microphones that are just picking up other people's stress, other people's material desires and egos, other people's direction, other people's way of getting attention, other people's way of thinking about things, other people's thoughts. And as you can see, I have a lot of undefined centers. In fact, I have all undefined centers. This is the chart of a reflector and it represents 1% of the population. In a nutshell, human design helped me realize, oh, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm not oversensitive. I'm just incredibly open. And I was designed and I was born this way. It also taught me what to do with all of that sensation, which, go figure, is not base my life decisions off of the sensations and information and awareness that I pick up from other people. Go figure. And one of the things that I struggle with that you probably struggle with too is like what to do with all this information. Like, what am I supposed to do when I hear people's thoughts? Do I go like fix their problems? What do I do when I feel people's emotions? Am I supposed to process their emotions with them? And human design was the thing that really gave me permission to like just experience it. Like, I don't have to identify with it. I don't have to fix it. I don't have to reject it or accept it. I could just entertain it. What was once a curse is now a blessing, because with these 3 awareness centers, the bodily awareness, the mental awareness, and the emotional spiritual awareness, now I just have more information. And it's not like just looking at this stuff like clicked. I had to experiment a lot with watching myself and watching my conditioning. Basically, like when I would pick up some awareness from other people, what were my immediate tendencies? And I mentioned mine before. I'd either like problem solve, like if I could hear people's thoughts and I knew what they were thinking about, I would immediately start to go about and trying to solve their problem. Or if they were feeling emotional, I would feel a responsibility to have to help them process those emotions, or I would disconnect entirely and just be like, F you, I'm out. And even though I knew in my brain, like, that's not the best way to work with those energies, like, I didn't know any other ways. Once I started using human design to learn about the way that I actually receive information, everything changed. See, for somebody like me and you, probably with a lot of openness in their design, there is a pressure from the external world to like be more reliable or to be more consistent, like ride in more emotional waves or have a more solid thinking process or have a fixed way of taking care of yourself. But for beings like you and me, where we have a lot of openness in our design, this is a death sentence. This is like taking a fish out of the water, throwing it in the trees and saying, hey, swing like the monkeys, you little fish. Now, most of us were unconsciously set up to fail. If you were lucky enough to have parents, they did their absolute best to give you the best opportunity at success. However, they were just doing their best. They didn't know this. They didn't understand that even though human beings are the same, we all perceive the world differently, and we also all manifest our own realities differently. When you start to pay attention and experiment with the way that you receive information and the way that you manifest, your life will change. This human design stuff, guys, is the quickest possible road that I am aware of to self-love, self-acceptance. Once you generate your body graph, if you want more information, you just scroll down here and you can buy a $20 report. This report is going to tell you in detail about all of this, and about all of this. Also about each one of these centers. Now, there's actually so much information in here that's going to be scary accurate for you that it can be sometimes overwhelming and discouraging. I totally get it. If you're starting to feel that way, just focus on your strategy and your authority. Your strategy is going to be how to use your aura or your subtle bodies and your electromagnetic field, aka the culmination of all of your centers, in a way that's going to rely on the natural strengths of your aura, and the internal authority is going to help you make decisions that are correct for you. It's going to help contrast the difference between what's good for me and what's good for mom and dad, or what's good for the government, or what's good for my boss, or what's good for my girlfriend. Strategy and authority are the foundation of using human design. So if you're ready to start developing and cultivating that sensitivity that you have, visit ReikiMarco.com. The link is also in my bio, and either get yourself a report or book a one-on-one with me.